Burlington coaches at the halftime and talking about the fact that he just spreads it around. Nobody is catching a lot of passes. Everybody's catching a few.
Well, as if the primary receiver is always, if he's being covered, Kelowna always has someone else. Breslin always has someone else to go to, and he's finding those players. And it could be Breslin's ability to read the play and the defense.
The Armadale Cup, the championship, Canadian championship, is going to go west again. Here's Breslin. Again, rolling, passing, looking, and complete for the touchdown. Complete to number 78, Corey Lang. That's 2 for him. Gets a hug there from Muirhead. Muirhead's completion just before that set that up.
It's 2 in a row for Mr. Lang, to his credit.
So Lang has 2.
That play action.
Morasco has 2. There's a pass and unable to get to it, and that's a good catch because he was well covered.
Zone defense, the man-to-man defense, it looks like this quarterback, Breslin, is picking apart the secondary of the Burlington Junior Tiger Cats.
Rick Holmes is going to try to make it 41. I wondered if the Sun are heading for 50, if they want 50 points, because they haven't put that offense away at all.
Rick Holmes' convert is good.
So Holmes makes it 41-0.
Which makes the score of the Okanagan Sun 41, the Burlington Junior Tiger Cats.
And the Ticats, their heads down on the field just in front of us.
Well, Kelowna obviously not content with the 34 points that they had earlier. Added 7 more there. And I guess they're trying to make the biggest margin of victory in Armadale Cup history.
We have them all going back to what? I haven't got my glasses on. 19?
Well, the Ranford Trojans, as I said earlier, beat the Montreal Concord 46-0. They're 5 points short of that. That was done in 1982, I believe.
Last year it was the Regina Rams, 31. The St. Patel Mustangs, 23. The Rams had beaten the Sooners 53-12 in 86. Saskatchewan was the champions in 85. And there's the kickoff by Rick Holmes. And that is going to Joe Almonte. Almonte just running straight ahead, right up the middle. Trying to get to the outside. He's held up momentarily there by
good blocking, and he's still going.
Continuing to go. And he finally gets all the way to the Sun 45-yard line. Probably the biggest play of the game.
And flags on the play and a little extra there they go.
There you see number 78, Mark Hayes, as he went after one of the Sun players, and I know why, because after the return, after Almonte was there, one of the players went in and Almonte was on the ground and he gave him an elbow. And this game has the makings of turning a little bit dirty.
Flags all over the place.
68, Brad Cairns, and he's knocked down by his own player, Pat Caruso. Brad Cairns started the season at the University of Florida, A&M, came back, and he is upset. You can see him. I don't know what's going to happen here now, but I can understand. I know why. It's a little bit of frustration. But, okay, watch it now. Watch right at the very end of the play. This is Almonte now as he brings the ball back, coming straight ahead.
Good blocking.
Almost got taken down by St. Pierre. Finally gets away. There's another block. And watch right at the end now. There he is down. And see the little hit that 76 gave him? That is Dave Pitcher, who was a wide receiver. Just gave him a little elbow as he was down on the ground.
With the lineman Brad Cairns there.
And Cairns took exception to that. He saw it. We saw it when it first happened, but it didn't seem all that significant.
He's still hot. He is just pacing the sidelines at this moment. And he is still very upset. As you said, frustration obviously playing a factor right now at this point of the game.
It looks like number 68, Cairns, is gone. 6'4", 260 pounds.
All solid, too.
I think that there's an ejection.
They're writing it up.
On the play. And they're writing it up, the old red card. So I don't know whether that's double penalties or not. Let's see what's going to happen, whether there were any Sun penalties. We weren't watching the official. There you see them right there. We don't have the numbers of the officials, but we do know that number 10 there is Bob Deutsch. Okay, we got roughing and a personal foul against the Ticats. We have personal foul, roughing against the Sun. I don't know. He gave us a whole lot of signals there.
Perhaps we'll just offset and they'll take it over from right there.
You did that to some guy. Punch in the head. 10:49 now remaining in the fourth quarter. The Sun continuing to lead 41-0. I think the ball is going to be on the Sun 46-yard line as the Ticats take over. So Cairns has his jersey off, and he's standing on the sidelines now.
Oh, we saw a flash of Burlington's explosiveness for only maybe the second time this afternoon. I guess that was their biggest, not even offensive, I guess their biggest offensive play to date.
Well, you also saw some poor tackling by the Sun maybe for the first time today, too. So we've had a bit of a delay here as some of the players have been asked to leave. Looks like 2 players are gone. Number 52 for the Sun is Cole Nesdley. And let's see, who else is up there in the stands? Number
71, 81.
Wait till he turns around. There he sits down, and I can't read the number.
Looks like number 21, I'd call it.
Maybe 21. And there you see
Brad Cairns taking a walk. It's been a long afternoon for the Ticats.
So Cairns is gone. It looks like 2 Suns are gone because they are actually sitting up in the stands way behind their bench on the far side. You can see the stands on the other side there. And they're actually sitting in the stands up there. Number 21 it is. And that is going to be, well, one of their stars this afternoon, Spencer McLennan.
Well, I've been eating my carrots. I saw that all the way across from here.
Not going to touch that. There you see one of the other players coming out of the stands now. I guess the officials went over and told them they had to go to the dressing room.
You take a look at the score, 41-0.
So Cairns, for the Ticats, gets the full bar of soap.
I wouldn't be quite surprised to see a little bit more of this as the game continues on.
There may have been a second ejection. The way that he made these signs, I think there were 2 ejections from each team. We've only seen one Ticat go.
Both teams have been ejected from the game.
Well, he just said that on the PA system. There you see the 2 players from Okanagan, McLennan, along with number 52, Cal Nesdley. And those are both starters, but it's a little late. It's a little after the fact. It is 41-0 for the Okanagan Sun. And the Canadian Junior Championship is going back west again. And we hope that you fans in Kelowna have enjoyed our broadcast this afternoon. Major fakes, throws, complete to number 78, Mark Hayes.
Major's pass is complete to
Shaking a couple tackles along the way, and Mazur was drilled after the pass.
Number 56, Bruce Thornton, said, "Good afternoon, Mr. Major. Welcome back."
And you see him limping away.
Summerfield on the tackle.
Let's take a look.
Watch it again now. There's the pump fake. And Hayes turns, completes it. And the tackle there made by Darren Jones. So there's going to be some defensive changes for the Sun and some offensive changes for the Ticats after that skirmish following the kickoff return. 17, Brian Mazur. Going back. Fakes and finally throws, and it's intercepted right up the middle, and that is number 41,
Peter White.
Peter White, the linebacker, and he read those eyes all the way. So the Ticats, with the first opportunity inside the Sun zone really here in the second half. But it doesn't seem to matter as the Sun defensively come right up and take the ball away from the Ticats once again. Watch the play now, and there's a play right across the middle, and I guess that was intended for number 76, Mark Brisley.
Here's Okanagan, a first down on their own 24-yard line.
Well, there you heard it. 1st and 10 on their own 24, and a lot of the fans now beginning to start moving out of the Nelson Stadium this afternoon. Well, as we said when we talked with Coach Doug Trimble before the game, we didn't really talk too much about game plans or anything really like that, but he did say that what a great deal of fun it has been over the last 2 weeks. being the Eastern Canadian champs and playing in this Canadian final. And I suppose this just being here, they deserve an awful lot of credit. There you see number 28, Orville Dixon, the running back for the Ticats. And Bresden is taken down just for the second time.
Bruce Thornton in on the sack there.
45, Steve Trevelli, and 55, Joe Giroux.
Let's watch it again now. Number 55.
55, wrong number for myself.
Is
there.
Joel Giroux from his defensive end position. So a lot of the substitutes beginning to.
Well, you got to think a lot of the players here, it's their last opportunity, their last game. It's their last opportunity at a little bit of professional football.
Bresden continuing to be the quarterback, back to throw, up the middle, and it is complete. And I'll tell you, Hodgson paid for it because he got hit hard.
Jeff Hodgson.
The hit there made by Bruce Dixon, but it's another first down. The backup quarterbacks for the Okanagan Sun are Arnie Schmidt and Adrian Rainbow.
39-yard line, first and 10.
So on their own 39, the Sun taking over now. Well, at least they have the ball, first and 10. Ball straight ahead. That's got to be Kremenek, number 31, carrying the ball. And we see somebody warming up on the other side of the field. So it may be that this may be Bresden's last time.
Mike Capiello on the tackle.
Capiello making the stop on that play. 9:30 now remaining in the fourth quarter. It's continuing to be 41-0 for the Okanagan Sun. The Canadian Junior Football Championships from Nelson Stadium in Burlington, Ontario. Bresden rolling to his right, looking downfield and missing. Hodgson this time as the ball was just over his head.
Bresden threw high there, and that's one of the few times we've seen that this afternoon.
Third down and 8 yards to go.
Well, you see some of the players sitting on the bench, and they haven't been doing that all afternoon. They've been standing the whole game, but there's a look down the Ticat bench. Number 63 there is Jamie Lalonde, 6'8", 310 pounds, offensive tackle.
Oh my.
Oh my, yes. It's about you and me together, or you and me. It's the both of us together. And Holmes is going to punt, left-footed, and down it goes. Maybe what you got to be, a left-footed passer, left-footed kicker.
What a block.
This is Delaney now trying to get outside, and he's grabbed, and he
fumble on the play.
Fumbles the ball, and the ball is going to go to the Okanagan Sun.
Well, if that is not indication of the way the whole afternoon has been,
Delaney was returning the ball, and it is going to go to the Sun.
By the Okanagan Sun.
As I said, a total indication of the whole afternoon. The breaks have just not been going Burlington's way as you see them going back onto the field. Let's take a look at it.
There's the ball. It's up in the air, and it bounces. And it's finally
ball's on the Burlington 33-yard line.
Picked up there, Delaney trying to come from the side. He's grabbed, held on to. He finally fumbles the ball. And the Sun are the last to have it. A little pitch out now.
Is he going to throw?
Nagy turns, throws,
touchdown! Holy mackerel.
Glenn Nagy.
Dresden passes back to Glenn Nagy.
And complete to
Rod Muirhead.
Number 10, Rod Muirhead for the touchdown. And I got to believe the Sun won at least 50.
Obviously.
Well, if you're a football fan, I think as I am, you cannot say anything but good things about this Okanagan team. Boy, they are a fine, fine machine.
I think that is a very good word for a machine. The offense is so complex, you don't know who the ball's going to. In fact, you don't even know who's going to throw the ball right now.
We're not keeping stats right now, but Lang's had 2, Muirhead's had 1.
And Lang has himself a touchdown pass.
Kremenek has 1. Muirhead just got that one.
A time
Corey
violation.
Lang has 2. So we talked about this early in the game, that they spread it around, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're just spreading it around. Everybody's getting a chance. Everybody's playing, and they are going to try for point number 48.
They've put on a fine show.
So Rick Holmes is going to try for point number 48. A lot of the fans now coming up on the sidelines, forcing us out of our chair. The ball is up and good.
And he is nailed by number 54, Mike Cappiello.
And he's
Rick
probably
Holmes' is good.
they're flagging the
Penalty
play, and that'll be a
against
15-yard penalty, roughing penalty against Cappiello. And again, frustration is coming through.
I'd like to get a look at that again. Was he just going into him, or
No, he was.
was that a little bit of flagrant block thrown there by Cappiello?
That's Mike Cappiello there. Interesting that if I have a son who plays football, Burlington minor football here in Burlington, and
Let's take a look.
he was his coach last year. There it is.
Cappiello.
Count to 3 and hit the kicker.
Oh my, Cappiello really didn't have any business.
Well, I
doing
think
that.
Graham probably did a little bit of acting as well. Hey, as a kicker, you go to acting school. You've
That's
got to go
right.
to acting school to be a good kicker.
That's right. And what do you give him there?
Lie down, and he got 15-yard penalty.
I'd call it about a 9.
And so the Sun are going to kick off from the...
Oh, it was a rough play against Burlington. Moving the kickoff up to midfield.
Be kicking off from midfield.
48-0 this afternoon. Kelowna way ahead of Burlington in this Armadale Cup Canadian final. And what can be said?
And here it goes. It's going to go into the end zone, and it's going to roll. If it rolls all the way through, going to give them a single point.
We'll make it 49.
And it's 49.
Rick Holmes kicks the ball through the end zone for a single.
So now everybody's going to wait and see now if they can get 50. They still have 7:26. And I guess maybe everybody's waiting to see if maybe the Ticats can get a point. There's been some spirited play here in the fourth quarter, which one doesn't like to see in football. It's not good for kids to see it. And it's not good for the young men out in the field to be involved in it. 49-0. It was 3-0 at the end of the first quarter on a field goal by Rick Holmes. At the end of the half, it was 27-0. And now, as we head with 7:17 remaining here in the fourth quarter, it is 49-0. Brian Major, the quarterback, here in the second half.
Fumble on the play.
Well, I don't know whether that was maybe almost a cold draw as Major went straight ahead.
Major carries the ball.
It almost seemed like he fumbled the ball, and he just went straight ahead right over center Wade Holman. See if we can set up some of the defensive players now for the Okanagan Sun as they're making changes. Darcy Kilba is still out there. He's going to be playing on the left side of the defensive line. 72 in the middle is Mino. Ken Perry's got to be out there somewhere. Major back to throw. He gets away from the rush. Coming wide. Then he throws back across the middle, and it is complete. Caught by number 76, Mark Brisley. Brisley takes it down to the 45-yard line.
The number is 76.
No flags on the play. Actually takes it, what about the 45-yard line? So the Ticats are into Sun territory, and that was Major scrambling there that set that up. Let's watch it again. Here he scrambles to his right, finally turns and throws back. It was a long pass, really. And a good job there by Brisley. And I'll tell you, over on this sidelines, Greg Batchelor, number 21, who was the team's second leading receiver, was wide open. But Major didn't see him. 1st and 10 now, the Ticats. Major back to throw again. Scrambling to his right, pressure coming. He's able to get it away. And it's caught once again, this time by Brisley. And there's a flag in the play as Brisley is taken down. The tackle there made by Peter White. Offensive pass interference against the Ticats, so that ball is going to come back. I would suggest to you, and the officials haven't been wrong all day, but the ball wasn't in the air when that flag went, so how can you have offensive pass interference? Well, there's the flag now. There it is now. Well, maybe it was number 21. Maybe I better take that back. Number 21, Greg Batchelor, was the only other black and yellow shirt. And there's once again some of the fans here, and stands are a little sparser than they were at the beginning of this game, but a good crowd here this afternoon. I know they were hoping for 5,000, as this stadium holds that many. So now it's first and a bushel for the junior Ticats as they want to get on the scoreboard before the end of this game. There's a pass across the middle. I think that was intended for Batchelor, but it was incomplete. And Curtis Bell, second in the receiving in the OFC this year. 26 receptions, 692 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Other than the one spectacular catch he made in the first half, has not been a part of the stats here in this second half.
That's true. They've really shut him down. His speed has been matched by the defensive backs from Kelowna.
So now it's second and about 25. Major back. Good job by the offensive line, and the ball is knocked down, and there's pass interference going to be called against Pat Hardy. As he went over the top.
Pass ball is incomplete.
He got the hand away to bat, his left hand, I guess, to bat away the ball, but his right hand was on the shoulder pads of the Burlington receiver.
One of the Okanagan coaches said something to the official, and the official turned abruptly and said something right back. Good job by the offensive line, and you haven't been able to say that very much. You're right. He did come over with the right hand, but he has left hand on his shoulder. All right, the other way around. He came. It's okay. Let's look at it in a mirror. 4:51 remaining in the second half. The Okanagan Sun are going to be taking the Armadale Cup back to Kelowna, BC.
Perhaps we'd like to remind our CableNet viewers of what will be happening this Thursday at Iverwood Stadium.
Pass interference against the Okanagan Sun.
The Halton County Junior and Senior Football Championships, high school football championships.
45-yard line.
We will be there to broadcast both those games for viewing on Friday, as we do not have a live feed out of Iverwood. First down now for the Ticats after that pass interference call. Major back to throw. Only a 3-man rush, and that ball is going to be intercepted. It is. The ball is loose, and it's...
Pass is intercepted.
See what happens now. The ball was loose. It was picked up. I think it was intercepted by number 13.
It was intercepted by number 42.
Or
That's
42. That is
Cliff Ward.
Cliff Ward. Then he fumbled the ball. And then there was a scramble.
Cliff Ward.
Let's watch it again now.
A leaping interception here.
Good job. This is Major now. Only a 3-man rush by the Sun. Ward intercepts it. He fumbled it. And it was then picked up easily by number 70, Shane Sommerfeld, defensive back. And he took it out of bounds. So the Sun wanting to keep the double zeros on the board. And they have 49 points themselves. Have the ball at their own 50-yard line.
And Bresden's still in.
Bresden is still there. Straight ahead, and that was Morasco. Actually, it was Grado, number 20.
Trevally met him right up the middle.
20, Troy Grado on the carry.
He got exactly nothing. As a matter of fact, he may have lost a couple of inches.
45, Steve Trevally on the tackle. No gain on the play.
Well, I'll tell you something. If you're a football coach, you've got a VCR, take the offense from this Okanagan Sun team
and copy it.
Because there's nothing wrong, and then try to come up with a quarterback who can throw like Bresden and come up with an offensive line like they've got. They are just outstanding.
I think we have a new quarterback in here.
And he's going to go down right away. That is number 11, Arnie Schmidt.
For the Burlington Junior Tiger, Brian Dixon.
So Ernie Schmidt, the quarterback, and he goes down on the first play as he went into the deep drop. And it's third down now for the Sun. And Rick Holmes, who has played a significant role in this game, is coming out to kick. Are you getting cold?
Like to remind fans that
I'm shaking. I think that the sun that was peeking through has disappeared. And as I said, the skies are getting a little bit grayer.
It's starting to get chilly. Oh, we're down now to 3:18. We're coming up on the 3-minute warning. And Holmes is going to kick as the clock winds down. Almost looked like it was going to be blocked. And it's going to be caught there by number 37, Bruce Dixon. It was Dixon, as we told you earlier, who played at Simon Fraser University last year. And the 3-minute warning coming to both benches.
There's now 3 minutes.
The Okanagan Sun leading this game by a score of 49-0. And there's nothing more you can say than the fact that they have totally outplayed the Ticats in every way except maybe in the first 10 minutes of the first quarter.
Well, I think that was, as we said, nerves were playing a lot earlier. We saw 4, I think, fumbles in the first quarter total. And drop passes were becoming very prevalent for Burlington, but the trends continued for Burlington, and obviously they have no points on the board to show for.
Brian Major now the quarterback. He replaced Walshy in the second half. Major back. Only 3 rushers. There's a ball deep, and that's going to be picked off as well. It's intercepted by number 70, Shane Sommerfeld, and
he may be on his way.
On his way down the sidelines, and he is finally caught and dragged out of bounds
70, Shane Sommerfeld.
by the quarterback, Major. And you know, again, if they're going to be back 30 and 35 and 40 yards, then be happy with 20.
Yep. It's a little bit of the desperation being shown by the quarterbacks of
Watch
Burlington.
this now. The
Let's
ball
take a
is
look.
thrown. All of a sudden he sees somebody and he just throws it. And unable to come back was Curtis Bell.
Almost triple coverage there.
Watch the job here. Look at the blocking here from Darren Jones, number 22. And going down and almost caught, and he is finally caught. That's Joe Almonte, the running back, and then he was drilled out of bounds.
You know what, Don? I've always thought that hungriness was an important part as far as a football team goes, and it shows on the BC side. They've been hungry for the ball.
You're reminding me I haven't had lunch yet. First and 10 now. Arnie Schmidt, the quarterback. Schmidt rolling to his left, looking, throwing, and that's out of bounds.
Number 11, Arnie Schmidt's pass ball.
Very fine running track here at Nelson Stadium, one of the finest running tracks in the whole province. Some of the championships, Canadian championships, have taken place here. There you have a good look there at 76, Dave Pitcher, who I think was supposed to be the receiver in that case.
I think he took a little bit of a fall on the track there.
So the Sun now second and 10 with 2:12 remaining. The clock is stopped. 49-0. They continue to lead. Major back. Turns, looks, throws.
And a beautiful defensive play there.
This pass is knocked down by number 33, Joe Drawhouse, in the end zone.
Number 33 is Jim Drawhouse.
Ron White, please come to the press box.
So now it'll be an opportunity for Rick Holmes to kick 3 and
make it 50.
Make it 52. Well, you know, when you go into a championship game like this, a national championship with an awful lot of press coverage and so on, the one thing you don't want to do is be embarrassed. And I sort of feel sorry in a way for Coach Doug Trimble and his coaching staff, and even the players, because they certainly have been embarrassed. But and then if you look at it in the positive side, they've been beaten by a very much better team.
I think it's a matter of that. I don't think it was a matter of them having a bad day at all. I think the better team really has been prevalent this afternoon.
The ball is down. The kick is up. The kick is, well, wait and see. There's a flag up in the air.
It's wide, but flag's on the play.
The kick is wide, and we have a flag down.
The flag is down. Let's wait and see. Nothing is indicated yet. One of the officials has his hand up indicating a point.
Well, you know, Don, I've never been accused of causing controversy, but do you think the Kelowna coach may be running up the score a bit here?
Well, I don't know. I guess when you're playing the last game of the year, I'll tell you, if you wanted to play him again, you wouldn't do that.
Kick goes through the end zone for a single.
Oh, so Holmes' kick goes through the end zone.
Play against Burlington.
The roughing a call against Burlington, so that is 50. So the Okanagan Sun, 50. The Burlington Junior Ticats, nothing. I know that in minor football, if a coach did this, he'd get dragged over the coals. But this isn't for fun to the same degree, and I don't think so. I don't think I'd criticize Okanagan players or the coach at all.
Burlington will scrimmage from their own 20-yard line.
You know, he's putting in different people, but they're still working. So,
well, I guess each player on the Okanagan team wants to make their mark in this game. And I guess that's why you're still seeing the outstanding performances even by the second. And I think there's a couple of third stringers in there perhaps as well, too.
Well, we have certainly some third stringers in now for the Ticats. Dan Villeneuve, one of the running backs, has gone in. Almonte is still there.
And quarterback,
the quarterback,
Walgie, pardon me.
Walgie is back in. And he just throws the ball away. That was intended for Mark Hughes, or Hayes, rather. And the clock shows exactly 2 minutes now remaining here in the fourth quarter in this football game. And I kind of think, you know, we asked before, somebody came to me beforehand, I was up in the press box, and they said, do you know what the rules are for overtime? We obviously didn't have to know.
We're not even close. But you know, the Burlington Tiger Cats wanted to put a show in front of their fans.
Well, I think they did. I think they wanted to, the minor football teams here in the city have done very, very well in the Ontario Championships, and it maybe bodes well in the future. I don't really know. A lot of them have a tendency, of course, to go to universities. There's an incompleted pass. That was intended for Villeneuve, and the pass is incomplete.
By 75 and Darcy Kilba. Pass ball is incomplete.
Kilba was making the rush on the quarterback, and so the Ticats probably are going to have to punt the ball away with 1:52 remaining, and they would love to at least get some points on the board, but they've got their work cut out for them because they've got almost 100 yards to go. Well, we want to thank the Burlington Ticats for providing us with information that they have provided us, some of the stats, and also we want to thank the officials from the Okanagan Sun for their help in giving us some of the information that we've been using this afternoon, and also the Kelowna radio station people were of tremendous help earlier this afternoon. And we congratulate our Cablenet crew for the fine coverage that they have provided you this afternoon. The director is Brad Scott.
Well, what do you think when Kelowna gets the ball back? Do they go for more points?
Well, I think they will. Although with 1:52, you know, they may run the ball. Well, they got some different people back to receive. Rod Muirhead is one who is going to receive a punt, and the other is 76, Dave Pitcher. And the punt is going to be made by number 32, and that is Rawls, and that ball bounces to Pitcher. Pitcher turns right into a defensive player, and he's taken down by about 6 players.
A little pushing and shoving still going on.
Oh, yeah, it'll go on.
Still go.
Initial tackle made there by number 50, Silvio Ria. And so the Okanagan Sun with 1:42 remaining in this football game and leading 50-0. Will scrimmage the ball 1st and 10 from the Ticats 46-yard line.
46-yard line.
Following this game, we have some special awards to be made. We will not stay on the air for those. There's number 34 is Nagy. Not only can he run the ball, but he can also throw it because he did throw a touchdown pass. And there's a flag down in the play, and the Ticats are offside. I was trying to quickly look and see who was playing quarterback.
That's
Flag down.
number 11.
It's Arnie Schmidt. Well, it's the end of football season for both these teams, and one of them is going all the way back to BC Happy. And I think that the people of Burlington are congratulating the Okanagan Sun for just a tremendous game. And
Well, once again, credit has to go for the Burlington Junior Tiger Cats, you know.
They ended up 4-4 in the regular season. They won 3 games. A game against Windsor they never were expected to win. I think they were expected to handle London, which they did.
Yep.
And then they went to Quebec and won a game pretty easily. Once again now running straight ahead, number 31 is Ed Kremenek. He has one of the touchdowns.
Tackled by 37, Bruce Dixon.
Bruce Dixon making the stop. Well, there's still a lot of fans here. A lot of them have gone. Most of them are standing. Starting to get a little darker here on this Saturday afternoon here in Burlington.
First down on the Burlington 35-yard line.
So it's a first down now for the Sun on the 35-yard line. Schmidt getting some instructions from Hodgson. Hodgson going off to the right. Randy Nicholson, that is pitcher going wide right.
I think we have another quarterback for BC in right now.
That's Nagy.
Hands off to Glenn Nagy.
Number 15.
Number 15 is Adrian Rainbow.
Everyone getting their shot here.
By 54, Mike Capiello.
Capiello making the stop on Nagy. Glenn Nagy, number 34. He was their leading rusher during the season, and I think he's been injured, and that's why he hasn't played a lot. And there you see the staff out there, and they have. I tell you, if I played in a football team with ladies that look like that, I'd get injured a lot. A minute 6 now remaining. One does hope that one's wife isn't watching.
Oh my.
Second and almost 10 yards to go. The clock moving, 52 seconds now. Rainbow faking the handoff, rolling to his right. This is a keeper, and he probably wished he hadn't.
Number 15, Adrian Rainbow with the ball.
Tackle made there by
Tackled by
Budsworth.
66,
Don
John
Budsworth. 6'4", 265 pounds.
He's got size. Overshadowing on many of the players.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the size of the Okanagan Sun either, but I still can't speak enough of the tremendous work of the front 3 plus the linebackers. And certainly you've got to give the defenders some credit because they come up with some big interceptions, but maybe a lot of these have been when the game has been out of reach. Rainbow now coming back into the huddle after talking to Coach Lawrence Nagy. Half a minute now remaining. And the Armadale Cup will belong to the Okanagan Sun. As for the 8th year out of 9, it goes west. Number 20 running is Troy Grado.
Number 20, Troy Grado on the carry.
He makes a beautiful run off tackle there.
Well, Grado started in the first quarter, and we really didn't see him in the second quarter. And the clock is stopped. At least it will be for a minute. Probably 2 plays remaining. I was just sitting here trying to figure out who had the touchdowns because we're away, as I say, from the booth, away from the people doing the stats. Morasco had 2.
There's been a host of players this afternoon.
Corey Lang had 2. I know Muirhead had 1. Kremenek had 1.
6, that's about right.
That's just about right. And then there's been a couple points added by Rick Holmes.
Major fouls against Burlington.
Well, they just announced that there's a major foul called against the Ticats, and I got to believe that Coach Doug Trimble is saying, hey, guys, yeah, we're losing. There's only 17 seconds left, and they've called a timeout, but let's not be ridiculous here. Let's just get this game over and show sportsmanship. So the Sun will have the ball now when the play resumes with only 17 seconds left, 1st and 10 on the Ticat 10-yard line. Well, one of the things about junior football is that there's no way you can be guaranteed of having the same team next year. And I think that certainly is, I think that Shane Bresden, although I'm not sure for sure, but their quarterback, I think will move on. And, this guy has got, with an ability to throw like he's got, and with the scrambling ability he's got, I would hope that he would make every effort to continue in football in a serious vein, because he's got some tremendous ability.
His reading ability has been fantastic this afternoon. The ability to, and that's what he did. He picked apart the defense slowly but surely. When you thought he was going to go long, he went over the middle and on top, and then when you just figured he's going to go short, pumped it long, and he's always finding the receivers.
Well, the Ticats took a timeout that was a little longer than it should have been, and there you see the Armadale Trophy, and that is going to be presented to the Okanagan Sun in just a couple of minutes. That's just down in front of us. And our congratulations to Coach Lauren Nagy, all of the coaching staff from Kelowna, and the players for their tremendous football game this afternoon. And a good season. They are going to go through this season undefeated. Doesn't happen often. And there's Rainbow. He goes down, and that will allow the clock now to keep moving, and there'll be one more play as the center saying, hey, we're not going to score any more points. We're happy with our 50.
We're happy with our 50.
Well, as we told you before, it was 3-0 at the end of the quarter, 27-0 at the half, and now it is 50-0. And we are down now to the last play, and the clock is winding down.
I'd like to remind the fans that we will have some trophy presentations at the end of the game.
Well, there's the clock now, and the clock has run down, and they have to have one more play. And I'm not sure whether there was a penalty there or not. Somebody kicked the ball. One of the Ticat players kicked the ball.
There's a flag on the play.
And there is a flag on the play, objectionable conduct against the Ticats.
It's a matter of getting your yayas out right now.
Just as the officials say the ball game is over. And so the Okanagan Sun has put on a clinic here this afternoon. Clinton, I think that they deserve all the credit in the world as they have defeated the Burlington Ticats 50-0. They claim the Armadale Cup and take it west, as we said, for the 8th time in the last 9 years.
Well, this team obviously just deserves to have the title of Canadian champions. They have just put on, as you said, a clinic this afternoon and have taught a lesson to the Burlington Junior Tiger Cats.
Well, they are saying we are number one. Once again, we say congratulations to Coach Lauren Nagy and the whole team, and our thanks to the people of Kelowna for allowing us to be a part of your day as you watch this game on a delayed basis. Well, there you see the final score. The Okanagan Sun 50, the Burlington Ticats nothing. The Okanagan Sun, the Canadian Junior Football Champions for 1988. Well, it's been a great afternoon, Clinton. I thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to doing this again.
Oh, of course, and we'll be doing it.
We will be doing it
a week from now, I guess.
That's right, indeed. Well, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Don McMillan, along with Clint O'Neill, and we enjoyed this game this afternoon. It was a one-sided victory for the Okanagan Sun as they win the Armadale Cup and take it back to beautiful downtown Kelowna, BC. So long, everybody, from Nelson Stadium.